Hey everybody, Just the Scrubs here, and we got a Dragunity Tempest deck profile with a twist.
Alright, so you just get into your 3 Doxes, 3 Phalanx, it's standard for anything that doesn't run like Dragon Ruler shit. 2 Mistletoe, because the card's great. I don't run it at 3 because you can search it so easily. Legionnaire to get rid of Ophion, Acklys to get rid of back row. Triple Tempest because it searches stuff, so 3 is kind of mandatory. Gyarados to make the Tempest live, the duo. Need to run that.
If you didn't see it, that was a, yeah.
Zephyros and a Red Eyes, yeah. Moving on to spell cards. Okay. 3 Ravines, and 2 Terraformings. I don't feel it necessary to actually run 3 Terraformings because this deck has a bunch of draw cards, which is kind of the twist on it.
Which is actually about to be revealed in just a second.
Boom, 3 up start. Because Hoban thinks this is the best card in the world. I personally don't like giving an opponent 1,000 life points, but just having a 37 card deck is nice. 2 card of Consonants, because you disc your card and you draw. Swords, because it's Pot of Greed. Gold Star, because it's Rhoda. And 3 Foons to win the Field Spell War and get rid of like Fiendish Chain and shit. And
Man, that common one is really visible.
Oh, fuck. 1 Book of Moon, because it's like good.
Okay, now make sure the spells are just off the mat, because I can see them in the distance.
Alright. Reckless. Oh, this card is so good. You get 2 of these, you win the duel, pretty much.
Explain why you're using this in just normal Dragunities compared to Dragunity Rulers.
Well, my whole theory with the Dragunity Ruler deck was I saw it running 3 of that card, I saw it running 2 of that card, I saw it running 3 of this card. My basic theory behind it was if that deck can work like that, mine should be able to do exactly the same. So
especially since it runs like, the 2 Terraforming and 3 Ravine.
Yeah, I modified my own deck to do the exact same thing, and so far it's been working out pretty well. This is my favorite draw card of the bunch. Even though Swords is a fucking Pot of Greed, honestly, it's not as good in the deck as it is in actual Dragon Rulers. Card of Consonants, you need a Phalanx or an Acklys, and Upstart gives your opponent 1,000. This is just like, you draw 2 and you skip your draw phase. So when you play 2 of them, you get all the cards, no negging, and it's just immediate card advantage that you can use to hopefully overwhelm your opponent.
Also, if they blind space, you can just,
chain it, yeah.
Also, to those of you who don't know about 7 Sword, you can activate it on a monster on your side of the field. So, either way, it's a +1, because if he has a Tempest in the grave, you can summon it, and then activate it, banish, draw 2 with 1 card.
And then for a trap line, I've run this. That's, like, removal cards to get rid of, like, Ophion, and get rid of, any... and obviously on Constellars, too. Pleiades is a bigger problem than Ophion ever will be. Get rid of Gaios and shit like that. This is just to get rid of monsters that would give you a problem.
Also, people may think that because of the lack of back row and hand traps that he does have a problem with, like, Dragon Rulers, Dragunity Rulers, Blue Eyes Rulers, etc. He actually doesn't. With the Ravine, he can win the Field Spell War, and he can make bigger fields in them, especially with all the draw cards, so he can have whatever he wants, whenever he wants.
You would really think that 4 back row in the deck wouldn't be enough, but, like, that just gets you it, and that, and those, and these, and that, like, takes 2 cards out of the deck. I love that card.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, on to the extra deck.
The extra deck is not actually complete, because I'll show you the placeholder in a second, but 1 Catastor, because it's, like, really good. This is your way out of an Obelisk Tormentor, if it's ever summoned. Fortunately enough. Gatorg and 3 Vajrayanas for the actual Dragunity type synchros.
Also note Gatorg can search Gyarados whenever it wants.
Gatorg puts Gyarados in your hand, Gatorg puts Zephyros in your grave, Gatorg puts DD Crow in your hand, Gatorg puts, tuners in your hand so you can play Card of Confidence and draw more cards. Gatorg is just a card that you need to run. It's like MVP of the level 6 lineup. Crimson Blader, Colossal Fighter, Red Eyes Darkness, but no, Red Eyes Dragon Archfiend. This is a
Red Eyes Dragon Archfiend.
This is a placeholder for Armades Keeper Boundaries, the other level 5 synchro that's actually good.
Yeah, he doesn't have it, but he's gonna, replace Red Dragon
eventually. Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Thought Roller. This is the MVP of the deck. This is the best. This is the best synchro on the extra deck right there. And then moving on to the Exceed, I only run 4. An M7 for that loopy combo. You just get to put the Mistletoe back in your hand. Bouncer because it's fucking retarded. Atum and Gaia for the whole loop thing. It's not really a loop, it's just a really good way of getting a big field on the field. A big board.
Anyways, how do you find this deck does against the meta?
Well, obviously, since the only deck anyone runs anymore is Dragon Rulers, like, literally, come on, guys, please. My matchup with Dragon Rulers is bittersweet. It's like, I can win the Field Spell War because I main deck my Foons. They side them. I can win the Field Spell War. I just have lots of, I run the same, 8 lineup they do. I can make Colossal Fighter to get out of, shit. I can go Legionnaire and pop a Blader. So, when they Blader me, I don't just die. And, other shit like that. But, honestly, the main problem with facing Dragon Rulers is shit like this. Shit like this, because it gets them so much card advantage. I mean, the deck is retarded. Banishing 2 Dragon Rulers and searching 2 Dragon Rulers and summoning a guy. You go plus, your Ravine is more alive. It's just retarded.
Anyways, that's another topic for another day. That was the deck. But really quickly, I want to give a shout out to, actually, MCole40. He did a deck profile on us a while back, and I never really got to respond to this. But we don't live in Europe.